One time for DreamKingFilmz, I support them. #1 filming company in the city, baby. Youth football.
DreamKingFilmz with Coach Chris of the GrandPark Eagles. Hey, Coach, tough, hard-fought victory today over the Palatka Panthers, 12-7. Real quick, Coach, just give me your thoughts on today's contest.
Man, we started off great. We played good the first 3 quarters of the games. Came down to the last 3 minutes in the fourth quarter, and we kind of just fell apart. We got to do a better job in coverage, and we got to do a better job at wrapping up down the stretch. But other than that, hard-fought victory for my kids. We got our lick back from 3 weeks ago. So RGP, baby.
Talk about that a little bit more, Coach. Revenge game, homecoming. The house was packed. DJ Crump, fans cheering y'all on. Just talk about getting that win, revenge game in front of this homecoming crowd today, Coach.
It felt good. We went down to Palatka a few weeks ago, and they had a lot of rules, a lot of different situations we weren't familiar with. We went into overtime with them the last game. We was up 14-0 the first game going into halftime, and yet again we let it slip away. It felt good, man. I preached to my kids all week long. You know what I'm saying? Somebody hits you in the mouth, you got to go hit them back. You know what I mean? We don't take no lick in the mouth. You know what I mean? We fight around here. You know what I'm saying? That's just built in the part. So that's what we did today. We hit them in the mouth, and we got the victory.
Coach, this Palatka Panther team got a never say die mentality, and they displayed that today as they tried to come back. Let's go to the last 3 minutes, Coach, and how your team had to show resolve to ultimately hold off the Palatka Panthers.
What we worked on, man, for the last few weeks is situational moments in games, like as far as onside kick coverage. We work on that every day, you know, because in 12U that's important. And today, man, we just didn't execute down the stretch when it came to them onside kicks. We got to get them. Once if you fumble that ball, you flip the momentum. And momentum is huge in football. So we just got to go back to the drawing board Monday and really beat it in their heads and focus on how to finish games, man. That's all.
Coach, I'm not sure the Palatka Panthers player's name, but their quarterback and that #1, Coach, they were some hell of a players. Gave y'all all y'all wanted today, Coach. Just talk about the job it took to contain those guys from a defensive standpoint.
Oh, man, what they say they'll judge a book by their cover, Palatka is exactly that. #1, don't look like nothing outside his clothes, but he run with a lot of heart and a lot of power. He not the tallest kid, but he's a very strong and determined kid. And as long as you got that in you, man, it's hard to tackle. And that's what I had to preach to my kids all game long. Y'all got to wrap up and take him all the way down, because he ain't going down on the first hit.
As well, let's talk about how hard it was to contain their quarterback, Coach.
Man, the boy got skills. Not just the quarterback, man. I give their offensive line credit. Their offensive line did pretty good protecting them. And to be honest, man, them kids can catch for real down the field. So I give my hats off to Palatka, man. They well coached on the offensive side of that ball for real. Hats off to their quarterback and their wide receiving core. Good job.
Coach, let's talk about some of your players for a minute. Anthony Ross, Coach, he snapped out here today. 3 interceptions as well as a touchdown run. Just talk about your playmaking and his contributions in today's game.
He was due for that, man. Anthony Ross is a 12-year-old, almost 13-year-old. This is his last year at GP. You know, he's going to middle school ball. And I told him today, right before we went on, I told him, I said, this your last game home. This it for you. You know what I'm saying? Make it count. You know, that's his best game ever. He never had 3 interceptions ever in his whole life in the game. You know what I mean? And he's not a real offensive guy, so I was glad to see him get a touchdown today. All I asked of him is he focused and he finished strong, because he could have ended with 3 touchdowns today.
Yes, sir, Coach. Tisdale, he had a huge interception as well. Talk about your playmaker on that back end on defense.
Tisdale, man, we tried something different this week. Tisdale is normally a linebacker, but, you know, we struggled with them last time, so I had to do a switch up cornerback, and he stepped up today. He played real well at cornerback today, and I'm proud of him. He did exactly what we taught him to do, and that's how he came up with that interception. Huge interception, by the way.
Ricky Manning, Coach, he gave y'all the go-ahead win to give y'all the subsequent victory. Coach, just talk about your running back and how you feel like he did in today's game.
Oh, man, Tyler. That's Tyler Manning.
I'm sorry, Tyler Manning, Coach. Tyler Manning. I'm sorry about that.
Man, I give him all the credit, because he a no-complain kid. That kid played quarterback this year, running back, wide receiver, linebacker, O-line. He done played it all. You know, and I told him he a 12-year-old, finna be 13-year-old, and this his last home game as well. So I told him today, I'm going to feed it to you. You know what I mean? You got to put the team on your back, and you got to carry the load. And that's exactly what he did today.
Coach, before we get out of here, as I mentioned, revenge game, homecoming crowd. Just give me your final thoughts on today's 12-7 win.
Hey, man, it felt good, man. My kids are a very undersized 12U kid team overall, man. We don't have a lot of size on the team, so we got to play fast, we got to play physical, and, you know, you got to play with heart. And that's what I try to teach my kids. Football is about heart. We can't go out there and be scared just because somebody bigger than us, because that's football. So it felt good today, man. My kids gave it their all, and we got the W. That's all that matters. And we ready to turn up for homecoming, baby.
Hey, Coach, thanks for talking with me. Good luck to y'all future.
All right, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Good job.
One time for Dream Kings, I support them. #1 filming company in the city, baby. Youth football.